So check this out. It's a marble computer. So here it is in all of its 1973 glory. This is the computer itself. I'll show you how it works in a second. It is a Sesame Street marble computer. It is from Child Guidance. It doesn't need any batteries. And it says answers up here magically at the touch of a button. If this is an educational toy, I'm not so sure that they should be promoting magic, but let's see how it works. Here are the tiles. You can see that they are basically trying to teach some things about numbers. 2 bananas, 2 dots, the number 2. There's also some letters with a fish and a jack-in-the-box, a lion and a monkey. And then there's some of these bigger plates. Here's a basic idea of how it works. You pick up one of the tiles and you're gonna put it into the computer, click it in place, and hit this. And you see that it's going to produce 7. You then clear it by, which pushes this out. To clear the actual marbles, you have to tip it backwards. For the picture plates, they're looking for a letter. So what does nail begin with? I like the ring at the end. Clearly there is nothing magical about this, but it is kind of magical. How those just pop up. If you were to tip it forward, all the marbles come out. This is supposed to be an educational game, and these half tiles allow the child to match either the pictures or the dots to the number, and they'll get a different result if they are correct or if they're incorrect. So theoretically, the child says, okay, this is 2 bananas. I'm gonna put the red half tile in the left side, and I'm gonna match it with the number 2 and put it in the right side. And then they see if they're correct. And so the 2 is the same as the 2, so they're correct. If they're not the brightest bulb and they match 4 pineapples to the number 5, you see that they kind of got a 4, but they're also gonna get half of a 5. And so theoretically they're bright enough to say, well, that's gibberish, so that is incorrect. They would correct themselves by putting the 5 strawberries in. You can see that sometimes if it's not completely level, you get some errors. How's it working? There's your H. If you eject the card, you're gonna see that there's a series of bumps. Some are higher, and the high bumps, the larger bumps, spell out an H. Or in this case, the bumps show a number 8. When you flip over the M, what you see is half an M over here and half an M over here. The grid is 7 by 7. That is reflected on the cards. This is an N. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. This is purely mechanical, so the question is, how does it work? So clearly the magic is happening down here where the tiles go. And if you do this, you're gonna see that a bar comes across. If I just use a screwdriver on my knife here, I can get the buttons to come out by pushing these. And you will notice it's reversed. So this one, which seems to be at the bottom, is actually at the top. When this bar goes across, if it's tripped by a button, it is pushing a marble out. But what exactly is going on inside? So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws to remove to get into the back. Unscrew the 6 screws and then kind of used a knife to pry this out. Let's see what we got inside. And there it is. So I will move this arm off of this pivot point just so we can see what these little arms do to trigger the balls. This is the mechanism that will travel across as you press the button. These arms can push buttons. The levers are really just simple. They just go back and forth. There's a little bit of play. Their natural state is to be away from the ball, and the bumps will push them again in and make the ball fall. This is a close-up of how a bump on a tile will push the arm in and make the balls fall. This is the back side of the D dog tile, and you will see the bumps that are sticking out that will push the balls to make the D on the screen. Did get the D. Not sure why it didn't ding. Now we got the ding. The D for dog is still in there. Let's try to show a close-up. Keep an eye on this top arm. It should push in these 3 balls here. So I'm gonna press the button and hold it. And when I let it go, you'll see at certain times it's gonna knock the marble in. So this one, it will not knock. So that one it did, knocked, and now it shouldn't. The secret to the bell is indeed in this back cover here. There's this piece right here. You can see that this is kind of almost a ramp, and what that would be doing is lifting up this piece as it comes across until it gets to the end, and then it would let go, ringing the bell. So lifting it up, falls off the end, so to speak, rings the bell. All of the cards have this little triangle at the top, even when you have two half cards together. You can see the same thing right here. Once you reset this cartridge, that piece is going to be pushed, and that's how that card gets ejected. So it'd be kind of an interesting discussion to say, is this a computer? Certainly there's no integrated circuits, there's no electronics of any sort, but are these data cards? Is that a screen where you have an output? If that's all it takes to be a computer, then I believe this is the first ever marble computer. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing, or at least a thumbs up. Remember, thumbs up never hurt nobody. And then they see if they're correct. What the was that?